Hi, God bless you. This is a tutorial on how to play the Psalm 1 E minor meditation flute. I have a recorder flute like this version, E minor as well. It's on JesusGeneration.tv website, but this is available too. And I only have one available of each of them. So if you like this flute, it's time to get it. It's right now. So if you come here for the tutorial, let's get into this. For me personally, whenever I play bamboo flute like this, the transverse kind, the side blown, I put my lip, lower lip, right here over the edge a little bit. I do not back off and stay right here. I let my lower lip cover it just a little bit like this. And I visually put in my mind an idea that there's a propeller down here. And I want to spin that propeller. And I visually think of focusing my breath to go into the depths of the flute to spin that propeller. Not just blowing across straight, you know, smile and grin and blow across, but you want to also eye focus downwards and inwards. And I think that, in my opinion, it brings a deeper tone to the flute. And in my opinion, it makes for me to play it easier on the upper notes as well. So that may be differing with other bamboo flute players, but this is for me. So now, when we do that, I'll show you how that sounds. First, when you're playing any bamboo flute, make sure you're covering the holes completely and firmly. You see the indentation on my fingers. And I would recommend not to hold your hands straight out like this, but relax them on the flute. It's more natural. Rather than just being like this, you're all tight like this. Just relax and just be that way with it. For this one, I have long fingers, big fingers, so I can go 1 and 2. These are 1 inch apart, so that's very easy to cover. This can be covered by a small adult hand size as well, but you may need to use your 1st and 3rd on this flute. But still, I would encourage you to relax. If you can turn your arm, let your wrist just relax like that and not feel so straight like you're playing it like that, okay? All right, so let's go through the sound of the flute. And again, I'm going to position my lip to cover the lower part right here. I say lower, the edge of like that, okay? That's all holes open. Okay, now that's the first part of the scale. We'll play the upper notes by applying more pressure or an intense, stronger breath across this. And keep in mind visually, I try to put a propeller down here, and we're going to make that thing spin really strong. So we're going to make that breath come down here and circulate in there like that. High note is just by releasing that note there. So you got the low side, then the upper octave side. And there is an extra note in there on the top side when you go up, then like that, and then like that. So I go down to the low note and I tell people, visualize landing the airplane. You pull the throttle back and you don't want the engine running maximum power. You want to relax and just breathe lightly on the low note. And then don't forget to focus on where you're putting your breath across the hole, but also focusing downwards to get that propeller to spin. I think, again, that produces a lower depth richness in the tone. So now techniques you can do, as always, on any of bamboo flute. You can roll your finger on and off to bend the notes up or down, like trombone players do in the trombone playing. They can move their slide, so you're moving your finger. Now on this, there is, in that technique, roll your finger off on this flute just a bit, and you're going to get the other note that is in the key of E minor, and I'll show you. So it's a little extra hidden gem. See, I just barely, you see it? Barely lifted, just enough to get some air coming out extra from that hole, which will raise the pitch. And you'll get that in between note that's in that scale of E minor. Vibrato is just blowing with fluctuation in your breath. And that's the basics of playing this flute. Now, these type of flutes, the transverse flute, side blown, takes practice to play. But I think in doing this, that I do encourage people, when you're beginning on this, to start and roll into it until you find the tone. Maybe it'll help you just to start with every hole open and find. See, I can roll it back, see? But for me, I simply, like I said, place my lip right here over the edge like that and focus downwards. And that may not be the correct way to play the flute properly, but hey, it works. And if you like this flute, again, it's available at JesusGeneration.tv. Been making flutes now for over 16 years. Thank God for the wisdom that he gave me, and I just am humbled that he called me to make these flutes for his worshipers. So Jesus Christ loves you. He's Lord. He's returning soon. So be ready for him. God bless you. Leave a comment if this has blessed you and you'd like to have any other questions answered. Ask them, and I'll see if I can answer them. God bless you.